They want to destroy the state of Israel. Why? We gave them everything.
The world cannot be quiet, because if it does, that means that any boy can touch any girl.
The Jewish people are in the most difficult situation.
Well, it's almost weird to say that it's been a year since. And in some aspects, it's been a very long year. In other aspects, it's been a very short year. Some things feel like it was just like yesterday. Some things have gotten a little bit better, but on the other hand, like there hasn't been any breakthrough. You know, we're still fighting this war, which has been going on for over a year now. We can say there's been some achievements militarily with Hamas, but again, there still is no ceasefire. There's still over 100 hostages in Gaza, and we thought a year ago, like, yeah, there'll be a couple of months at most. A year from now, that's impossible. Half a year from now would be impossible, and yet we're a year later, and there's still hostages in Gaza, and there's no negotiations, and the sensation of just being stuck. And there's no real end to this, at least currently in sight, which is, I'd say it's kind of discouraging. It's kind of, you know, what's the outcome of all of this?
I'm still in Gaza, remembering all the time what we went through, what I felt, what Keith felt, what I said to Keith when I could, what I said to the girls, what the girls went through, because I saw them being tortured and hit and touched. I didn't think that I would ever come out to Israel. They used to say all the time that there's no Israel anymore. The whole world is bombing Israel. And I don't know why, but I believed them. So that day that I was released, somebody came to me and said, "You tomorrow Israel?" And I looked at him and I said, "I'm not going anywhere without Keith." And I went to Keith and I found him sad, alone, lying on the floor, but I could see that he was very, very worried and very, very sad, not being next to me. And I bent down and I gave him a hug and looked at him in the eyes, and I said to him, "You be strong for me, and I'll be strong for you." He didn't say a word. He was in a shock. I was in a shock. So he didn't even say anything. But I understood that I'd have to get up and go with him.
The state of Israel and the Jewish people are in the most difficult situation. On October 9th, Monday, I began to understand the extent of the disguise and the horrific failure. These were scenes we had only heard about from World War II. Jews being burned, women raped, and people beheaded. As someone who served as a head of the Southern Command, I simply cannot imagine that we reached this point. I was the commander of the Gaza Division and the head of the Southern Command. This is a terrible, terrible, terrible failure. In the state of Israel, we will carry this terrible memory for generations, yes. And every Passover, at the Seder night, we will continue to say, "In my blood I live," and remember the horrors of the Jewish people and the Holocaust during World War II. The memory of 6 million and the terrible memory of October 7th, Shabbat of Simchat Torah. We are now approaching Rosh Hashanah, the days of awe. And for generations this will become part of the history, yes, of the state of Israel going forward. I believe this is a commandment for future generations of the Jewish people. Just as we said about the Holocaust, never forget, never forget.
One, families of hostages who are still in captivity in Gaza. They have mothers and fathers, and some have spouses and children and have siblings and maybe fiancés and best friends and schoolmates and colleagues. So for each one of the 101, there's 1,000 or more people who are experiencing this ongoing every single day as a trauma at different levels of trauma. And for those of us who have the privilege of sending our children into the army, it's the most scary thing that I've experienced in my life. That day, October 7th, when my oldest son drove off in a small black car and we didn't know exactly what was happening. But we've had several hundred soldiers and hundreds of widows now, and more than 1,000 children, perhaps a few thousand, I don't have a precise number, who are now orphans. And for all of them, their lives are changed. And for us as a society. So there's no question that we're living in the midst of a trauma, and with no end in sight, and only when there's an end can we begin to recover completely, individually and as a nation, to whatever extent that recovery will be.
I don't know. I take it day by day. There isn't like a magical recipe of how to cope with something like that, but you hang on to things that were real in your life. For me, it's writing, and I did start my school, my degree, and it's different things for each and every one of us, but we cope together and we hold each other. And it's very, very important to have your community around you. And thankfully, I do have my community around me,
Like
the Cholit community, even
yeah.
here in Revivim. We moved together, and my sister lives behind me, and my best friends live to the sides of me. So that's one thing of it. And the other one is it's hard, and you have nightmares, and it's like keep on remembering every day, oh right, I don't have my parents with me, which is crazy. I mean, watching videos of them, they're so alive and happy, and then you remember that they're not anymore. And it's very hard, but I have people who help me, and I have my friends who are going through the same thing, and we're holding each other very, very tightly. I think that shows the face of the people in Israel, like always holding each other and helping each other, and sure we have our things that we don't agree on, and we have protests here for the kidnapped people in Gaza. We're still in Gaza, and we have our disagreements, but I think most of the people in Israel, at least at the beginning of the war, really put everything aside and just help each other.
Everything changed. Everything. I cannot even think. I don't want to think. What is going on in my house now? It is almost 1 year that I am not at home. And we heard what happened in Metula. The Hezbollah, the terrorist organizations, the long hand of Iran made one hand with Hamas. They want to destroy the state of Israel. I don't remember myself sick or ill. In this 11 last month, I was always sick and ill. So I think it's not physical illness. My body reacted to my soul, and I'm not alone. You know, many elderly people from Metula who were perfectly right, they died because of a broken heart. As you can see, I have this here. This blue heart is Metula. And my house is in the middle of the heart, but it's in a hole. And we cannot forget our place. Who can forget his home?
And I'm lucky to be sitting here and talking to you. And I'll never ever forget that minute of coming out of that tunnel and just breathing, my first time breathing. It was like borning, it was like coming to life again, because I was sure that we are going to die there. The feeling of the death coming so close to you, while you're just lying, you can't even pick your head up, you can't talk, you're just so weak, just trying to breathe when the air does not come into your body. And that's just one moment. I was threatened with a gun, I was pushed, I was screamed at, I was starved. Many, many, many things, and so many things I went through while I was in Gaza. And I just can't imagine the hostages still there. The only sign of life that we got of Keith is this picture that was taken in April, that you can see that all his bones are out. He looks like he's 20 years older than he is. And he looks sad. And in the video, he was crying and begging. And I want to tell you that when the Hamas terrorists came to video Keith and I, one of the times I said to him, I'm going to cry when I talk. Or I'm going to show everybody there that I'm upset, that they'll see that we're in danger. And he said, no, Aviva, you keep strong when you talk. You don't want your children and your family to see you like that. So I was strong, but Keith in April cried. And that just means, I'm sure that he remembered that he told me that he's really, really in danger and that he really needs us to get him out.
From what happened on October 7th, there's, I think, a feeling worldwide that after Hamas's success in attacking and murdering so many, it's as if Jewish blood is cheap. And this can happen anywhere. In universities, on campuses, in Germany, the US, the Netherlands, England, South Africa. And South Africa is suddenly leading a campaign against Israel, claiming that Israel is committing genocide. We are the ones who suffered genocide. On October 7th, my family wanted to fly kites. We, the Jewish people, who pray every day that the Lord will give strength to His people, the Lord will bless His people with peace. We extend our hand for peace. We dreamed of peace. As our parents, who always saw war as a necessary evil only if there's no choice, we don't want to fight. The Jewish people simply want peace. And suddenly the whole world is against us. Suddenly anti-Semitism is rising again, on a scale we've never seen before, with demonstrations by Palestinians, Hezbollah supporters and Hamas supporters. Hezbollah is firing from the north, and Iran is talking about the destruction of the State of Israel, and we are backed into a corner. The State of Israel is currently fighting against 7 countries, 7 organizations and countries simultaneously, and thousands of rockets. Just from Lebanon alone, 9,000 rockets have been fired at Israel so far. No other country in the world has had so many rockets fired at it. On the night of April 13th and 14th this year, Iran launched 330 missiles, ballistic missiles, drones, firing at the State of Israel, along with the Houthis from Yemen, Iraq, Lebanon, Gaza, and Judea and Samaria, all attacking us.
בכל העולם.